Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL One Battlefield for Group A playoffs, of course, for the winter season. My name is Mitch Leslie. I'm here with Lauren Pansy Scott, and we are up to our last best of 5 of the evening.
Yeah, we certainly are, but we are well aware of at least one of the teams here, which is EGZ, the likes of Safe at the helm. They got close, but certainly no cigar in their first try of things, but they've got another bite at the cherry here, but a new opponent standing in their way. The Enro Griffins have their chance at it. Yeah,
and the thing is, there's something nice, I guess, about dropping down to the loser bracket, but playing up against a team that you've already experienced before. These guys, obviously the Enro Griffins, went head-to-head with EGZ in the first round of this group stage, and they lost handily 2-0. So you've got to have some confidence as EGZ. Enro were a little bit passive, a little bit defensive. You can see here, of course, on the map, on the graphic, this is exactly the way it went. So Enro dropped down, and they had a very strong game against Omega, actually, to keep themselves in it. But they have to go back and rewrite history and do what they couldn't do earlier on and take down EGZ in this best of 5.
Certainly going to be no easy task as well. EGZ looked quite, I'd say, almost up to par against Penta earlier on, putting the challenge in on Zavod, but sadly couldn't really take it in towards those later games, and especially the later maps. They looked a little one-sided, but we do have something a little different to kick us off with here. Not going to be getting Locker just yet, as we'll be kicking things off on Paracel Storm.
Yep, so we haven't seen that one yet tonight, and I'm a little bit relieved, to be honest, not to see Locker, especially when it's great when like high-level teams or confident teams or teams with a strategy play.
Confident, I think, is the right way to put it there, because neither were all that confident the first time.
No, that's right. Yeah, and that's right. You can't really use high-level, like, because Penta is what we expect to be one of our top teams, and even they look pretty shaky on it. So Paracel Storm will be very interesting. Fortune favours the bold on this particular map. If you can make that one big push forward and get a few kills. I mean, it can happen in a lot of maps, I guess, but this one, more than any other. Of course, the northern side of the map is a little bit more wooded, less densely populated by buildings, and the southern side does have some vantage points for that defending team or the Chinese spawning team there, and they can sort of wreak some havoc there by using those buildings. It's not uncommon to see laws being used there just to make it so there aren't as many vantage points for those southern side spawning teams. But we're into the countdown, and we're going to be into the game in just a few moments. We'll jump into the game and show you guys a little bit of Paracel Storm there. Not a huge map, Lauren, but definitely one fraught with pitfalls for the unwary.
Yeah, quite the veteran now, I'd say, in this season and many others. It's been the backbone of many a team's victories and losses throughout the times. But still, on the US side, it will be EGZ, and on the Chinese side, it will be Enro Griffins, looking to make the difference. Safe going to be opting straight in for that law, and Take doing the same for Enro on the other side. So we are live into this one, ladies and gents. Let's get ready for what Paracel Storm can bring here between EGZ and the Enro Griffins.
Keep your eyes on Breest. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the top players from Enro. The kind of player that can really turn things on their head in a few seconds. And as you can see, exactly as I sort of foreshadowed, Safe is going to just take out that side wall as well. That's a watchtower being taken out by Take. So these critical points, these strategic locations being removed from the map now, so at least these teams can walk into these situations with a little bit more peace of mind.
Yeah, and it's a very slow take towards the bomb. No one really wanted to rush that. You can see Safe certainly eyeing it up here, leading the way with that Lord, trying to clear out that vantage point we saw being so often used back in the days on the singular building. However, the battle lines have been drawn, but Froggy going walkabouts here, actually going to be around the back of Breest, but the man you hinted at being quite the powerhouse, certainly delivering early on, but the bomb has been recovered, and it's Enro to take control.
Let's see what they can do with this one here. Enro not known for being aggressive or comfortable in situations where they must come forward. This time, maybe a little bit of a different situation here. Lodrum, who's normally their sort of back kind of pivot player, but look at that, Melisium, such a solid defender. We saw this on Locker as well against Penta. It really got showcased so nicely, but Smooth and Take there. The reinforcements are in. And it's going to be very much a struggle for power over this sort of trench here. And Star's going to come in over the top to take down Spricker. That will free things up here. The bomb's going to go over towards EGZ, and now it's their turn to make the push. Melisium at the front.
Yeah, the high ground certainly paying off in the end then for Star and Melisium. Both of them having what they needed to try and secure that bomb. But again, the trenches being quite treacherous for all. They only just about make it away without it being trade out. And the singular building power once again coming in. We're seeing the M416, something you don't often see being played out, but certainly has its point in these sort of matches. But the nade just denies. Oh my God, that was a team nade.
Yeah, Take through that one from, I think, in the background, hoping to get the man on the bomb site. A bit of a miscommunication there because Star went, no, so it was Lodrum went forward to try and stop him, and yeah, well, that's okay. It's no harm done, really.
Yep, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, I mean, Melisium has the bomb, but he's playing fairly slowly towards this one here. So, Enro, there's a margin for error. It is present. As the game continues and the stakes get higher, that will thin out a little bit here. Here's Lodrum with the M4. Going to be heading straight in towards this one. Does get the kill on Elysium, and that drops the bomb down to the ground.
Yeah, an interesting setup as well. Not many teams opting for this one. It is going to be causing EGZ a couple of moments of really reflecting upon what they want to do and how Enro are coming into this. And the kills are certainly going Enro's way for, at least now, leading the board. But Melisium going to make the most of that G18, going to come through there, take down Low Dream, but the bomb is back in the hands of Enro. And a quick snap from Melisium going, oh my god, they've suddenly taken this over. And a good bit of play from Enro. You can see Smooth coming in with a revive, and it's going to be on towards C. But while this happens, you can already see that EGZ have got 3 players set up well. And the response, the flex coming out from Enro. Going to head all the way over towards A possibly, where they already have a fair bit of a dug inside here. 2 players very much present toward A, trying to make it very much hard work for the opposing side of BMO.
EGZ have spread fairly thinly over this particular area, so each player has to do so much more. But Star did manage to at least get the kill on towards Breeze there, and that freed up B mode now to look in towards those trenches. The bomb's going to be carried down in that direction there. It is Take that managed to get on towards B mode, but Star and Elysium respond with 2 quick kills of their own. The bomb is planted, but I think Smooth there was the last man in his squad for some time. They've been cleared out of that area here, and it should be a defuse here. We do have a couple players still in that trench. Breeze is trying to fight with the players pushing in towards him from the top. It's going to be a nade over the top to try and maybe stop any sort of defuse attempt.
The nade didn't hit. The nade just went a little too deep there, Mitch, and it does allow the defuse to come in quite comfortably for B mode, sadly.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's hard to get those nades right. It's not like stratted nades or like position nades. Ooh, EGZ getting taken a little bit low there in terms of numbers, but it's a 2v3 as Enro also really throwing themselves into this one. While we have a moment here, well, we don't really have a moment, to be honest, so I'll bring it up in a second as Spricker picks up safe. Bomb being dropped there with 3 players, a lot of attention going over towards that trench. The bomb actually was taken north in towards the territory of EGZ, so they can just hold on to this one. Yeah,
they're just running into the defender's side, so when the rest of Enro respawn, they can get set up to try and actually take it out of the hands of EGZ, so playing it in towards the defenders. Not completely uncommon, and actually quite a smart bit of play. Buys time for Enro to reinforce both flanks, and it was a little bit of an early commitment then from EGZ to put their players all towards the eastern side. It did allow that plant to come down, but while this happens, Froggy is slowly but surely edging that bomb ever closer. Not sure where they're going to go just yet. They haven't quite got the spots out throughout the map yet. Spawning one towards the eastern side, but not much more.
Slow play here for EGZ now, just going to be taking their time. What I wanted to say as well is you've got to think about the impact of the medic class in this one now, and this is why everyone plays it, is because if you're trading into like a 1v1 situation or getting a revenge frag for your teammate, if you get that kill and revive your teammate, you swing your team number by 2. Right? You take them out, so that's -1 for them, and then you get the revive, it's +1 for you. So momentum can shift really quickly in a very short space of time if you can get that revive down and be effective in getting those kills. So that's why your Battlefield, sometimes there's a volatility to these fights that are occurring, because it looks like, oh, okay, this guy got taken down, but then his teammate's there, he gets the kill, he gets the revive, and all of a sudden things are going in the complete opposite direction here. So these players as well, they are always sort of having to focus and pay attention. It's quite stressful as well, because the game state fluctuates so much more than in any other game. But this is Enro as well. They're being dominated at this stage. The bomb is going to be planted. Froggy is going to get the attempt to go for the revive. He thinks better of it, gets that plant down first. The law goes in towards the side of the building. It seems that Froggy is above it.
Yeah, good little bit of a plant coming through in the end. C-bomb is down and ticking away for now. However, no real rush from EGZ to do much with this. They can set up perfectly and wait for the response accordingly. Take that, going to be pressured and goes down. And Breeze just holding back. The Enro side, a little far out from this one.
Right. Well, Lodrum going to try and make his way back as well. Smooth in tow. There's only 3 players here for Enro, though, and you can see Froggy there just doing work. Takes down Breeze as well. A player that really needs to step up here for Enro is one that has given us some amazing highlights in the past. But there we go. Spricker on towards the bomb. Star went down. There's still 4 players up for EGZ. It's a super risky attempt at a defuse, and Melisium will shut that one down. Up goes the MCOM. And EGZ are off to their 1 MCOM lead.
Kind of what we expected to a degree, but Enro at least are making this exciting. They're certainly going for these opportunities, and they played it well to a degree, but then the counterplay coming out from EGZ was brilliant. Froggy, as you noted, being one of the players, finding that perfect pace. It's something that not every team can do here, is finding the right balance of when to be aggressive, when to play defensive, when to fall back as a team. But just to kind of give you an overview already, like some Melisium on 11-4. Haven't really noted much of him, but in the background he's been doing the hard damage, and that singular building always being such a pest. Smooth showing you why that's normally such a contested spot there. However, somehow you see the shot coming out for, I think that was Froggy in the end. But now as the storm rolls in, the teams are going to be fighting not only against the odds, but nature itself. As the bomb is loose, Melisium's going to pick that one up. And once again, EGZ back to the breach here. Going to be leaping their way through, looking maybe towards C, as they are taking over the site well.
Oh, I think the storm might be matching the demeanor of Enro in a couple moments here. They got completely mowed over, and the push with the bomb is going to be planted in just a few moments here. Melisium essentially uncontested, is going to be able to get that one down there over at the C site. EGZ is set up very, very well to defend this one. Safe is in that guard tower. You can see that one there. Now, that hasn't been taken out. Normally, we expect teams to go for that one early. So, Safe, I mean, he'll eventually die, or someone will fire a lure at that tower and he'll go down. But the fact that he's able to get up there now and get a couple kills, it's well worth it. And it's something that really should have been paid attention to by Enro. Spricker gets one, but it's a trade. He goes 1 for 1 and he goes down. Stars are over on the bomb. He's just going to make sure that no defuse is able to occur there. I think there was even I don't know what he was firing at on that bomb, Star, but smoke clears and you can see that one. There's no one from Enro close enough. Take is in the middle of the map. He's done, and so are Enro here in this first half. It's going to be 2-0 lead, and impressive stuff from EGZ. I mean, even at the scoreboard as well, great performances from all of them, like 11 and 7, 10 and 7. Yep. That's what you want to see. You want to see everyone getting involved as well. High amount of deaths isn't such a bad thing, especially if there's kills to back it up.
Exactly, and this is a game mode that kills aren't everything, as I think we found out here. EGZ certainly finding their form towards the later stages in that one. A quick start, I think it was Froggy who got the initial plant, then Melisium to follow up. So those two doing very well. Now you saw essences of what Enro could do, but they just lacked that secondary fallback almost, that secondary focus that, okay, well, here's our plant, but then they didn't have the people ready to defend it, or they weren't, you know, ready to receive what EGZ would bring as their fallback plan, and it kind of spiraled off the back of that. They did get that, you know, I think almost got 2 plants in, but then 2 diffusers as well for EGZ, of course. So not quite there onto the same par, let's say, as EGZ just yet, but showing a lot of fire, which isn't a bad thing. You want to keep that pressure up, but it's certainly not going to be easy going forward. They're going to be really questioned on every single front if they don't up their sort of game.
I think Enro have the elements of a strong Battlefield team. I think they're present. It's a matter of combining them in the right way and actually executing, you know, your plan, your battle strategy, as it were. You know, you can have a team of the best players in the world, but if you aren't able to work together properly as well, you're just not going to have that secret formula for success. Now, Enro, this is their map. Parasol was their pick as we head on to Locker for our second one later on. So, you know, I'm looking for trends here. I'm looking for trends of them actually having a concrete plan set in place.
Yep.
You know, it's the teams that shy away from the run and gun play style and more towards a sequential approach. So, take control of this part of the map and then move here from one by one. I mean,
step by step, isn't it? Yeah.
A great example is Siege of Shanghai, where if you're coming in from the north and you need to get all the way to the south, which is it's the sort of not as favoured side. Yep. You see players take control of that street on the eastern side of the map, work in through that shop, and then they have so much control over the middle, and they just go from there. You know, there's not going to be a 10-step plan to winning a game here. It's going to be maybe a 2-step plan, and hoping that everything sort of goes in an ideal way. But we see a lot of teams continue to try and go for that approach. I don't know about Enro though.
No, Enro seem to be kind of playing by the seams of their pants sometimes. You know what I mean? They're just kind of going with what EGZ bring out, which is okay. You can play responsive.
Works for dexterity, I guess.
Exactly. But the problem on this map is that EGZ are playing to some of the original strengths this map has, and even just the singular building. You saw that Smooth was trying to play from the stairwell occasionally, and it's so powerful to play from here. You have the vertical advantage. And previously, the main point is the random respawn would be up towards this side, so you'd be able to deny people kind of running back in towards playing off the sides. And it still has that similar effect with too many positions, and a lot of positions from the northern side having to kind of traverse down towards the south. You will have to kind of go past this spot, so hence why there's so many, let's say, laws put towards it initially. But still, EGZ are playing very much an uncompromising style that works not only with the old style and taking some pointers out of that, but also applying it to this and really finding their form here. Now I want to see if Enro can do the same. That's the big thing. They seem to understand the precipice of it and the idea behind it, but whether or not they can actually find the execution is a big, big difference.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. You can have a team of Einsteins, but if they don't have the mechanics or the aim to put things together, then it means absolutely, positively nothing. But with 25 seconds left on this countdown here, you can see, of course, it will be Smooth and Take, both opting for those engineer classes. So, and look, and this is probably what I more would have expected to see in that first half, is have 2 engineer classes to start off here for the north spawning team. They really, straight away, what they should be doing is putting 2 lore shots in towards the left-hand side building. The one that we saw, the one we saw that Safe firing at. He actually, reloaded and fired 2 shots eventually and took out that wall completely, but they'll probably both go towards that one, and then they'll probably use their next shot on the right building just to make sure they at least can keep EGZ honest. But we're into this one now, ladies and gentlemen. Second half of the first map, and Enro Griffins have a lot of work to do with 2 MCOM detonations already behind them.
Yeah, it's an uphill struggle. The first law has been set free. That's actually towards the double building. I think Single's going to get a bit of attention now. There we go. The wall gets destroyed, but while this happens, you're seeing EDG going straight for that bomb, and Froggy with a quick recovery. Going to take that away from the Enro side, who are looking for the setup, but they ain't going to get it. As already, look at this play. Very powerful stuff from EGZ. Knowing that Enro can't do the quick setup, the quick reflex off the back towards the C site, and you're going to see the linchpin player being Melisium holding that central rotate, denying one player across. There's another towards the north, one towards the south. He's going to be flanked in upon. If he can make anything out of this, it's going to be huge. And here we go. Smooth has to stop this.
This is exceedingly clever stuff here. I mean, they probably knew that Enro would take their time to set up. They'd probably use a couple engineer classes to put the holes in the buildings. And while they're doing that, they're not really contributing. They're not setting up in good positions. They're not really able to push into it. So they threw a buttload of smokes over towards a basketball court, picked it up, and they went from it. And have a look at this. It's just Froggy and Melisium, though. This might have scuttled their attempts at an attack.
True. Melisium's having to duck down here, and the bomb site is certainly being contested, but look at Froggy. Can he play the clutch moment out of this one? 4 players closing. They're going for the reinforcements. They're going to go for the fight here, but nice predictive play from Enro. They knew that's where they're going to be. The defuse is going to come out, and this should be another quick turn of events. Brilliantly done in the end. Well handled by Enro, supporting that, but EGZ off to a flying start.
That would be very frustrating for Safe there. He actually spawned himself directly into his death, basically. So, I mean, if you're a smart team, you always push that area with 2 players. You know that there's probably going to be someone sitting around there because it's such a powerful position, like you said, to push around and go from there. B-Mode's been doing some great work, actually, at the moment over towards the trenches. So, yeah, he'd be keeping Enro quiet for the moment. You can see it's just Breest and Take now as Spricker at least does spawn in. So, he's got the bomb as well. But EGZ have done the groundwork. They're going to have the players ready to receive this one here. Breest is trying to outmaneuver them as much as he possibly can. And he still has to go through a heck of a lot of players to get towards that seaside. He's actually going to get there anyway. So EGC was so much focus over towards the east side of the map.
Yep.
They've left the west open, and Breest gets the plant.
Yeah, Breest then reading the situation well, thinking that maybe they'd get set up for it, but already EGZ are very close to this one. Take's going to be the important member in my eyes, at least. He's behind the enemy lines, but that smoke isn't going to really help him out at this point. No spots being put down as well. This is going to be very, very tough for them to hold on to, but Enro getting set up slowly but surely as EGZ are focusing down towards the kind of beach side of things here. Take's going to come in around the backside, get the kill, get the revive. It's down to the low. Oh my god, he gets picked up as well. B-Mo doing the damage. It's just Smooth here, trying to stop that defuse. He's trying to find an angle desperately with the law, but not going to happen. The bomb has been dropped. It's back in the safe hands of Melisium and on the run.
Purely off the back of them getting 3 kills as soon as they got towards that C site. I mean, Enro have to be ready for the first and second and maybe even third waves of respawns coming in towards them. If you're set up well, you can probably deal with the first or second waves. You know, your team will sort of start to get cut down a bit. The lovely little double there from Froggy there in these trenches. Look how quick that plant was as well. It's a very short walk over towards these trenches, and it's worked out well for EGZ because they'd love to go for this one. This is probably the best first bomb site to hit on the map. Definitely if you want to blow up that MCOM. It's very, very hard to defend in or outside of it. So once you have put the team in a retake situation, you put them in a very tricky one. And there's Take, last man standing there. Froggy, it's another double. He's been big.
Yeah, the thing with Froggy then just spotted out where they put 2 of their reinforcements towards, which means that was pretty much a 3K pickup. Real smooth, real easy. Take does at least find Safe on the way through, but that MCOM is going to blow. And sadly for Enro, they can do nothing but watch at this point, as we'll be seeing that one getting lit up real soon. And again, this is looking dire for Enro.
Well, that's it. That's 3 MCOM detonations here in this one. And yeah, the GGs are coming out already. So map 1 already finished here. As we do see a quick MCOM detonation happening in that first moments of the second half at least there. I mean, impressive stuff from EGZ. They made it was a super aggressive push there towards that one. I want to be seeing this, especially if we're going to go to locker after this. I want to see this being a common trend here. And if so, then EGZ have definitely earned themselves a place in our finals.
The thing is, in my eyes, with Enro, okay, so EGZ played that well. They had pre-made plans, they executed them, they were able to flex and adapt when required. That was the big difference, because it seemed that when Enro had a plan, they executed it, they brought it to the right sides, they were playing it well off the back, but then they kind of got stuck. They didn't know how to adapt off the back then. It's like, oh, but this went wrong. We didn't plan for it going wrong. Oh, God, okay, well, now we're kind of screwed. And you saw the kind of spiral off the back where EGZ will just pick up that slack. They don't mess around like that. So for me, it's just lacking a little bit of that depth on the Enro side, which is the big difference here. You know, teams need that fullback plan. This was something that I'd constantly say about the Fnatics and about the Epsilons, especially back in the day, is that if their initial idea didn't work out, they'd always have something they want to go to next. They'd find that little bit of, let's say, silver lining that they could build from. Maybe a player in a good position to get some reinforcements towards. Okay, can we exploit their respawns? Can we get into an ideal spot here? And it's these sort of plays, those kind of instincts that really define good teams here. Now, Enro are playing admirably. They're bringing a good game, but it's simply not deep enough. The gameplay, their kind of experience doesn't quite pick up towards EGZs just yet.
Yeah, and like you said, a team that knows what they can get away with, or about even approximately how much time they have to execute something. It's like, well, this changes things up. We've killed 3 of them instead of 2. Where are they most likely to be on the map? Can we, and Brees actually did this as well for Enro, so I'll give credit to him there, but it's like, we don't have all the information, but we can make an educated guess, should I say. There's only sort of 2 players for them here on the map. We can work around this. We know where they'll probably set up. We think of the 2 most likely places they'll go to. You play percentages like that as well. And, you know, when it pays off in a big way, but it's not over yet. Map 2, of course, is just around the corner. We're going to jump into this one, of course. It's Operation Locker. So, you know, these 2 teams, I think, have actually faced on Operation Locker in their first series, and it was Enro that were pretty uninspiring. Yeah, they did not seem confident on this map. They sat back a lot, kind of reminiscent of EGZ up against Penta in the first half anyway. Things started really heating up as we got over towards the overtime. We started to see what these teams are capable of. But for these guys, I'd like to see a bit of a change in paradigm, change in approach here. Because, you know, if you be aggressive on this one, take EGZ by surprise. Stop giving these guys so much respect like they did last night, and you might be surprised at what you can come up with.
We'll see. Down to the last couple of seconds. We are into this one. Enro starting out on the Russian side. It's going to be EGZ currently leading this series on the US side, and the bomb making its way in towards the map itself, right into that very polarizing spot. And now let's see who's going to make it. And actually, wow, this is the first time we're seeing actual commitment from a team towards the outside area on the Russian team. Normally that's gifted over towards the US side, but maybe they're looking for a little bit of a challenge here, but taking to give away the game by dropping out that nade. And let's hope they can build something off this, because otherwise Smooth is going to be really just bait.
Well, this is interesting because, as you said, it's like you said before, it's quicker for the US side to get in towards this upper part of the map. So they have the cover of that hallway. They're firing out from the inside, which obviously is always a huge advantage to those defenders. So they've locked Enro out, and that's 2 players that have no relevance right now. They don't mean anything. They can't do anything unless they commit themselves to pushing in towards B-Mode. But B-Mode is going to take down 1. He might look for the second if he comes down towards him, but 1 is enough. He's waylaid them for long enough. And Enro now have to defend with only 3 players. They're doing an admirable job, though. I'll give them that. But Melissim now is able to make his way through. When you make such a big commitment, great work from Melissim getting another one. When you make such a big commitment towards the outside and you get nothing from it, you really hamper your team. Look at this.
That's just brutality. As you said, it's about knowing where players are, knowing where they put their resources towards, and then punishing them off the back of that. And actually, EGZ aren't going for the safe plan. They're going to go further. They know the time is available. And once again, punishing Enro for just making small mistakes. Committing 2 players towards the outside area just wasn't a smart move.
Yep, and they knew how much time they had. This is what we were talking about before. He said, well, we just wiped them now, so in 10 seconds or however long they expect their spawns to come in after they died, they'll be here, or approximately here. So we can just set up here. But now, at least Enro have a little bit of a surround situation towards EGZ. If I were them, I guess I'd just have to spawn back in on towards those players and try and reinforce the area as much as possible. Melissim and Star, just well, 2 of them singularly, but at the same time, in the plural sense, have been doing a massive, massive effort here. You can see that Safe hasn't even had to get a kill. Star, Melissim, huge work from them right now. And it's just Brees left. This is it already. Purely, you know, I talked about the flow charts here. Take control of the middle of the map. Force enemy teams outside. Go the 5v3. They had the numbers advantage, and they were pushing. So Enro really just had to lay down and take that one here. They've got to recover. They're at least set up in the middle of the map here, but they're going to have some company in a moment now as B-Mode just trundles his way through. Beautiful stuff from EGZ. This is definitely their map, no doubt about it. And I'd like to see them continue this momentum here, or at least if Enro can hold on. But it doesn't look like it right now, as they seem to be outclassed a little bit, at least in the strategic sense.
Oh, that was just dominant. That was perfect resource management, understanding what's important, what isn't, and then just pressing where it hurts pretty much. And look at this. So sure. Okay, Enro's got the bomb. Let's see how they deal with this. What can they build off the back of it? I want to see if they're going to split anyone outside. Are they going to keep towards a central focus? And already look at it. Safe going to go walkabout. Smart play. He can pressure from the backside. He was doing this before. And he can leave the others to create this crossfire. You don't need more than 4 players here. 2 up top, 2 down bottom. Simple as that. And it does leave that little bit of a flex play for Safe.
And you can see now, that kill towards Spricker has forced Enro back a little bit. And Safe now going to be trying to fight his way in from the outside. He will go down. I think it was even not sure there was maybe a nade or something. So, you know, if that doesn't work, it's not the end of the world here. You just need to wait. So EGZ losing another player as he pushed right on in. That was Froggy actually went aggressive. They'll sit back on this one now as Lodrum has set himself out on the outside still after winning that 1v1 against Safe. Take head in towards that middle tower. And so EGZ have, so Enro have control, but whether they have the inclination to go forward with that and try and translate this this advantage into an objective remains to be seen. And there's a lot more hurdles standing in their way as well as BMO nicely done on towards Breest in the lower levels, I think it was. And we can actually see that now EGZ are sort of filtering out a little bit. They're making their way in towards the middle of the map. Lodrum wants to go for the flank here, but he's not going to find anyone at least. So, you know, he's going to be a non-factor for about 5 to 10 seconds at the very least, maybe 15.
This is about the commitment of time as well. Once again, coming into the question, will he be able to make the most of this? He's going to try and clear lower. Hasn't spot anyone out just yet.
No one's lower.
That's a big problem for them now. He's committed a lot of time to this. Smooth, however, does find one. Now he can find the execute. Oh my god, Lodrum, don't you mess this one up. He gets a 1-for-1 trade. Now where's the rest of the team? Here we go. Smooth, once again, breaks in, gets the double down. That is big play. But around the backside, Star, he's lurking from the depths. Finds Breest, but that's not all. That's not over just yet. The respawn comes in. Star on the roundabout play. Going to try and stop that plant, but already predictive stuff from Spreaker. Going to try and meet him where he stands, but doesn't matter. The bomb is down. EGZ on the retake, but they're clearing it well. It's down to 2.
Yep, it's just Lodrum and Smooth now. And you know, like you said, it was probably a worthwhile investment of time for Lodrum. He only got the 1 kill, but the distraction he caused and the timing, Enro pushed in right off the back of that 1 kill that Lodrum got. He's the last man in his squad now, though, as well. He should be gunned down in a matter of moments. It will be the defuse. And cleverly enough, they're going to get out early. And they might even be able to cut down EGZ if they want to push aggressively onto this one here. See if they can set up.
Yeah, look at Take. So passive here. Just wait and see if anyone pushes through. Lodrum will at least stop Safe going walkabouts, which is, you know, quite important at this point. But there's the big difference. There's how you really kind of press the issue, and there's how you crumble beneath it. And look at this Melicium. He hasn't stopped running. Finally, Smooth stops him, and I think that big play was off the back of Smooth personally. He was the one to make the big difference. Sure, Take ran around the back, but then Smooth supplemented it well by pushing through the upper side, picking up 2. So now Smooth, once again, he's going to be the big player here. He's got the bomb, but that crossfire is just potent. Froggy just denies it and picks up the bomb, and back and forth we go.
EGZ in a 2v4 managed to get 2 kills and force the rest of the team away. And this works well because B-Mode's flanking through the middle here. So, you know, he's able to actually, you know, he was bought enough time to get into position. And now he's going to go on the rampage. He does find one. He finds a second as well. He's getting involved here. And this is big. This is when a flank truly works out. When you can rely on your team to hold on in a deficit of numbers.
They can run it lower. There's no one there. They're still picking up people in mid. Froggy doesn't have to wait. He's got Star leading the way. Star just look back like, yo, why aren't you here yet? We've got this. And now there's 2 more players. Make it 3 from Enro coming in. The backup's finally alive, but Froggy is still running. He might not want this side. He might want to go further. He might take a run out of this one. Finally, the reinforcements go up top as well. So Froggy's now got company to deal with. 2 players down the end of that corridor, but he's looking for this. He's looking hungry as well. 3 players remaining for Enro, holding firm, but EGZ looking deadly.
They can take their time a bit here. They don't have to... Yeah, I mean, they don't have to push so aggressively here. They wait for some backup. At least they know they can take Enro 1-to-1. And they pass that first main choke point here. But Breest there is at least able to hold on. It's his second kill. He actually managed to kill the bomb as it was going down.
Finally getting the cleanup kills coming through. It took a while, but Enro do at least stop the bleeding for now. Stem it where it starts, but they're going to try and make the play off the back. And quite deep spawns for EGZ. They're not going to be able to challenge in the central building. They're going to have to be playing from the baseline here. But they will be set up waiting for it. Here comes a breakthrough. Takes leading the way. He knows they're further back now. Slow stuff here, though. And the bomb has to wait.
2 players already down for Enro now as they try and make this push forward. EGZ with all the momentum now, and they're connecting those shots. The bomb, you can see it's in the hands of Breest here. He actually manages at least to get towards Melicium. He might even consider the lower levels here, or backing up. Not a terrible idea either. Yeah. Wait for some more reinforcements as EGZ again trade into that one quite nicely, getting 3 for 1. So they're pretty confident that Enro would be ill-advised to go towards them. So Breest now pulls the bomb back into a position that is defensible and that he can also fire from as well. He's got some safety on those stairs, and he'll sit there as an auxiliary until Enro are ready to push up again.
But look at EGZ, they're so ready and willing to make these plays off the back. They don't really care at the moment. They're putting bodies in towards this, and I like that. I like that sort of play. It's dangerous, it's risky, but it kind of works. But still, they're being cautious about this. They're thinking, okay, well, we haven't seen them there. We haven't seen the bomb in a while. Okay, now we've seen the bomb. Brees is making the run towards the outside area. This doesn't work out. When you're shooting from the inside out, you have such an advantage. You get this white, nice background unless you do that. Not smart, Star. Not smart. But you should, in theory, have the advantage. But no, Brees is going to take it while he has it. Why not? He's going to get that bomb planted. There we go. MCOM is down. And actually, Enro picking up the kills to suit it as well. This is a good switch up of play from them. This is going to make it hard work. And now, in theory, Enro should be able to lock out EGZ to the cold. And once again, this could be flashbacks to that previous game.
An exceedingly poor last couple of minutes from EGZ there. Making some really bad mistakes. You bring up Star as one of those as well. Enro now have just turned things on their head. Wow. They've actually got way more kills as well. 47 to 38. That's the swing for them now in recent sort of times. It is fairly even, I think, back and forth, but they've managed to bring it back in a huge way. I fail to see EGZ really making anything happen here. On this Froggy can just go absolutely huge. Nope. They're not. No, that's it. How interesting. I don't know, man. I thought better of EGZ there, but they really dropped the ball in those last few moments. Lodrum and Smooth, though, pretty good coming towards that one.
Yeah, Smooth's been making the big difference, and Lodrum as well has been kind of picking up the slack a lot. But the problem is that EGZ just started to play a bit sloppy. They weren't focused. They weren't, you know, keeping eyes on where the options may lay. They got locked out of the C side, which now means that A is very, very close by for the likes of Enro. They can easily go for a safety plant on that one. Always smart to make the most of these situations. Both teams doing that now, going for the deeper site when required. Bob is now back up, though, straight into the hands of, if I'm not mistaken, Take. And once again, deciding, okay, maybe we want to run it the outside area. Why not? Can we get an advantage from this? Why not try it? Take, go for it. Let's see what he can do.
Well, the C site's no longer for the taking here, so Take actually will be pushing in on his own. I think it's just to sort of waste some time, get nice and deep, just sort of sit back and, you know, make your enemies chase you around a little bit now. With 10 seconds left, he's in enemy territory, so even if he dies here, the bomb can't be picked up. He'll sit in the corner, and that'll be that. So at the end of the half there, Enro... I don't think they're getting fortunate. I don't think it was fortunate for them to get that plant down. I just think EGZ just messed up a bit, and they capitalized on it really nicely. There's like it was a squad wipe. I mean, you get squad wiped so deep in your own base, you're going to get wrecked anyway.
Yeah, I think that's the best summary. EGZ were sloppy. Just sloppy at the end. They were being extremely good at the start. Middle was fine. They literally dropped the ball for a second, and Enro punished it, and that's what you got to do. I was giving them, I guess, some grief, Enro, for not making the most of some of the situations they were given. But then they did. That was Smooth being brilliant. Smooth played really well, actually. That was something that we didn't see before. He was a little quieter in the first map. But now he's found this little bit of fire, this little bit of form that has made him be able to breach these sort of paths, pick up double kills. We saw, I think it was Take, you know, picking up the bomb, working with a bit, Brees doing the same as well. But Smooth was the one doing the damage. Take, excuse me, was the player on the flank, so he went for the one-for-one trade. But then you could see Smooth taking the opportunity to see, okay, well, that means they're not paying attention here. Let me make the most of this. Let me push in and get the rest. And he did. That was 2 kills, which opened it up, and they got the plant off the back. So there's issues on the EGZ side that shouldn't be there. You know, I always have this thing that if you are one of the best teams, you've got to be prepared to be playing at 100% against, you know, other teams of the same caliber and teams of a lesser caliber. Regardless, you've got to be able to bring that A game. And really for EGZ to drop the ball in such an important matchup, not great so far.
Yeah, it's piqued my interest, actually, because the contrast between tonight and last night is quite stark. And I said this as well. I set a challenge for Enro. I said, I hope you guys watched the VODs from last night. Yeah. You know, there was definitely some deficiencies, especially in your locker play, definitely some issues to be overcome. They're playing differently now, very much so. They're actually... You know, it's not so much taking advantage of situations where you can come forward. It's identifying when you can actually do that. When it's safe to come forward, when you have a numbers advantage, when you back yourself in a numbers advantage as well, which some teams don't even do. Some teams go like 5v3 and they're like, we could use a couple extra players, or, you know, maybe when we squad wipe them, we'll come forward. So this is a lot better from them. I've got to say, Lodrum did really, really well. You can see that he has a proclivity to go for that flank, to try and get up behind people, and it worked really, really well. The first big push that we saw from Enro in that half was on the back of that. I'm sort of reiterating myself here as well. He didn't have to get 5 kills. He got 1 kill. He turned the heads of the rest of EGZ, and straight away, which I really love this, straight away Enro pushed straight through the choke point and completely overwhelmed EGZ.
We're going to be seeing the smoke play from EGZ again. I'm interested. We're going to have Safe and Melicium being engineers, but they might just be going for the kind of takedown on the tower or at least pressure towards the tower, because they're going running straight into it. They're not going to be going for the split towards the outside. That's smarter stuff from them. And there's the pressure. So they're not going to go for the smoke. They are going to go for just the low pressure. 2 shots coming out. They'll just be spamming that one away to deny the early window control, but it doesn't matter. Enro found the kills. Already Froggy and B-Mode going down. This has not gone well. You know, these plans are great on paper, but if you can't get the play to, you know, support it and back it up, what are you going to do with it? And once again, look at this. The Enro boys trying to make the most of this.
Star and Elysium, though, it's always those two that always are that last line of defense. They can 2v4 and come out on top. Those guys are absolute beasts. And the respawns have come in now from EGZ, and what was a little bit of a weird opening for them there. Opted not to go to the outside. Look, it's just a small variation. It's like, okay, well, we won't challenge the stairs. Let's just smash it with Laws and see if we can get a kill. They didn't. I think they would have been better off going towards the outside, but it's fine. That's a very small tweak, if any, on a strategy.
Yeah, and you can see how EGZ are trying to kind of get around this. They've shown the hand at least Star on the outside. I don't think they knew Safe was there as well, but for Enro, they've got to be careful here, because you can see that EGZ are not going to take this line down. They do want to retake this kind of central area. Star, they're going to have to work through a very much a choke point, though. Not going to make it easy. And you don't want to give the opportunity, of course, towards the Enro side. They're just waiting for the chance. Like, anyone who shows a bit of a weakness says, all right, you know, this is your opportunity. They'll suddenly take it. And if they only knew Melicium was the one holding this angle, they'd be straight away piling down here. He has to play relatively calm and relatively far back by this point. Otherwise, he's going to be in some real trouble. B-Mode's going to actually fall back himself to try and support just in case. It did seem as though Enro was starting to test the waters.
Wow, Smooth and Elysium actually going down there. It's just B-Mode now to try and hold. That's a big job. Already one player managing to sneak through. He's going to get the revive on Elysium and then try and chase that man down. He gets him, so no harm, no foul there for AGZ. Now, there's still pressure coming towards him. Elysium now, he's on his feet. He gets a kill. And oh my lord, it's just 2 players left for Enro now. Could be back and forth. Those Lodrum doing some serious work, and Priest is getting involved as well. But there's the squad wipe. And now, you know, Enro spent a lot to get that far. They spent their entire team. And once the revives come in from EGZ, there's 4 players instantly back on their feet. And they are straight away pushing in. And they can plant an A here if they are fast. And that wasn't waiting for spawns. They only had 1 player left at the end of that fight. But they're all back now because those revives came in.
Here we go. Star going to find Spreaker. That's not a good start here for any of you Enro fans. Already losing players by this point. You can see Melicium trying to weigh up his options. And here we go. That's the perfect chance. Going to go down. Just lay down the fire. Burst fire it away. And look at it. The wipe basically comes out. Take was the last man standing, but he was a respawn from some time ago. And look how far away he is. Nowhere near. Spreaker there. All left out in the cold. And this is EGZ making the most of it. They should be able to keep all players alive here. I doubt Enro are going to get all that close to this one. It looks like they're almost going back to set up. They're like, guys, we really can't do anything here.
I'm going to drive this home as well. Don't underestimate the potential of a team to recover, even with just 1 player. EGZ, I mean, it was a close fight. There was 1 man left on the battlefield. He revived a teammate. The teammate revived another one. 4 players came forward. They planted the bomb and used that momentum to go over the top of Enro. You have to be careful losing your team. Yes, you were in enemy territory. Yes, you were pushing forward, but you all got wiped, and that's a long respawn time. You have no one who can revive anyone, and this is EGZ turning that around on a dime, essentially.
Yep. Now, the thing is, where are these respawns? Okay, they're going to get the back respawn. That's good. So Safe now needs to be the man to kind of... These 2 will probably feed themselves in to get killed, basically, at this point. They need to be more fallen back. But if they win out on these situations, that's even better. But they shouldn't be. As look at this. You can see already Brees is the one falling back towards this kind of western side to expect these players to reinforce. And he's going to get the drop on at least Safe there. Ooh. The bombs come up. And this is a good play from Enro. Well positioned for this one. The bomb can make its run. That's Lodrum making it happen. Enro, well, just waiting with welcome, you know, open arms going, guys, just get over here. We've got the side under wraps. B-Mode en route. He's trying to get there as fast as possible. He's going to be met by Force pretty darn soon. Player flanking on the right side was Priest, and he's going to get the kill. Bomb could go down on the A side, but no, they fancy their chances on B. That's a little more dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, that's sometimes where leaving players in enemy territory can work out. Oh,
wow.
Frog. Beautiful stuff there. Actually got that plant completely interrupted. That's got to suck here. And it's just Priest left. We might see the switch around yet again. Priest is just going to try and hold on here, and Safe's going to push in towards him. He at least manages to get the better of him in that gun battle, and the respawn comes in on him. So they are going to continue to try and press the envelope here, or push it, should I say. And both teams throwing all their players at this infirmary.
Let's see who's going to win it out. Again, the bomb is down. Great work coming from Elysium and Star. They're cleaning up here. The house has just been wiped. It's all down to Take. He's waiting so patiently. He's the last man of the squad. He takes down one. He goes in for a second. And Elysium slaps him back. And all hopes and dreams once again dashed. They're getting ready to set up for that counterplay. They already took down one site. It wasn't a deep one. It's going to be down to B and C. But you can see EGZ just ready and turning up when it matters.
It's going to be so frustrating if you're an Enro player there. They had, as you said, Breeze pushed himself in towards that western side, got in enemy territory, but it wasn't just him as well. It was one of the players, I think, another player from Enro pushing in from outside. They simultaneously got 2 kills, and then there were 3 players for EGZ on the wrong side of the map. But look at this pushing. They've already got 2 kills there. Spreaker at least is going to be able to respond back with only 3 players, though. It's not a lot to work with for Enro, but they're chunking EGZ down to a similar level. And Froggy, he's on the run. He's got the bomb as well. He's going to have to get involved in these fights here. He does go forward for that one, but it's just Elysium left, and that puts him in a very awkward position. He does get the kill. That is massive. And he wasn't able to push on any further than that. He was hoping maybe for a little bit of a revive, but he's going to hold on his own there. He does get the 1 kill. Breeze took down Froggy. Oh, Elysium! He had it. It was in front of him. And Star is going to team kill as well. And they're going to have to back up on that one as well. Bombs pushing across. And again, Elysium and Star caught out of position, but there will be reinforcements for EGZ ready to receive this push.
Here we go. Breeze with the bomb. Running it forward, looking for his chance here. This is a huge opportunity for Enro. Spots out a player on the stairwell. That's B-Mode down. And the bomb, no, just gets denied at the end. Froggy was in spot, and that is about the one place he could have done anything from, but now this should be Enro planting it. This shouldn't be any chance for Froggy this time. He's waiting out for the reinforcements, and once again, back and forth we go. This is an exciting Operation Locker in comparison to the kind of pale and passive versions we've seen prior, but Smooth waiting from above, punishing Froggy already. B-Mode being closed in, and from the backside, from the top, he's not got very many options here as that timer is going to be getting low. 3 minutes left overall in this one, but that MCOM is already underway. And look at this, Froggy going to go through it on top. They're going to try and take out these players. Smooth ducks in towards cover, but the cleanup crew comes in. Safe does the damage. He's looking for more. He knows there's a player tucked down, waiting it out. And the cleanup crew is doing the damage. Take there. Spreaker there. But on the bomb we go. It's down to Elysium. Oh, he doesn't get it done. Take saves the day, and into the last couple of seconds, B-Mode going to go on the defuse.
That's it. There's nothing that can be done there as well. EGZ do get the wipe at the last moment. It's 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes left in this half, and that one MCOM detonation there for EGZ might just be all the difference in this one. Stunning stuff from them to really just hold on there at the last moment. And Enro, you can see, again, I've said this about them before, they've got the elements to really make something happen with this team, but I guess, you know, it's... You're only as good as your worst player, I guess, or the blacksmith is only as good as his tools. Whatever you want to throw in there as a pithy analogy. They seem to get themselves 95% of the way there and just fall away at the crucial moments. They're the most stressful ones, and they're the ones you need the most experience to get through.
And they're almost baiting out Spreaker here. There's 2 players in that stairwell. One has the bomb, so they really are trying to punish him. And look at B-Mode. He's dying to get him down. Spreaker falls, and that's going to open up opportunities here. They know these players are starting to dwindle in numbers. And really, for EGZ, it's not been perfect. It's been far from perfect. As you said, 95% of the way there is still pretty close to being there. But it's just not been quite enough just yet. So we are seeing that bomb being quite tentative in toward that central area. No one wanted to make the mistake at this point, being held by B-Mode ever so patiently, waiting for his chance. And if Enro start giving him more, you'll see him start running away with it. And he's dying to get in here. He's dying to push through these choke points. You have to leave it up to like some Elysium.
Safe using a machine gun in that middle house?
I think so.
I'm not sure if that's legal, but it's okay. Well, I don't know. Are you allowed to use them?
Not sure. I haven't checked the rules in a while.
That's fine. I had never seen that being used there. But anyway, normally it's avoided. Maybe safe just having a bit of fun with it. Either way, with a minute left in this one, you can see they're just sitting back on this one. B-Mode had the bomb. He did eventually go down, but there's always another player there to pick it up. Ooh, not bad. Actually, Lodrum actually able to turn around towards that one here, but only him and Breeze to take now spawning in. It's going to be a struggle here as Froggy and B-Mode just shut down Enro, and their hopes as well will follow of getting this second map away. We're going to be heading 2-0 into the third here. 2 3-0s. I would not have thought of having a look at the lineup that we have tonight. I've got to point out, Froggy and Star have been absolutely stunning. Elysium as well has always been a presence there. EGZ might even go forward for yet another plant here as Safe is just playing as a tune in the middle of the map.
Safe's having a great time. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he's just had enough. But still, yeah, they are going to be pushing towards these later parts, these later bomb plants. 10 seconds remaining, though. They have to make a play out of this pretty darn soon. 9 seconds left. The B side is the only option, really, and I think they know the time is certainly run out here. 4 seconds remain. And the MCOM does get denied.
Yeah. By that point, they were pretty much just enjoying it. But with 2 MCOM detonations over both of those 2 halves, we do have a winner. It is EGZ coming out on top here. And this third map now, things starting to look very, very ominous for the Enro Griffins.
Yeah, it's not looking great. Enro looking a little shoddy, if I'm completely honest. They had opportunities aplenty in that one, but as you said, that 5% was never quite there. It was never quite well-rounded enough, or just everything at the end just fell to pieces. And I worry that if they could make it count on a map so a little more linear, on a map like Zavod, where there's options aplenty, it's never going to be easy.
Well, we saw them struggle in Parasol Storm as well.
Did.
You know, probably less like Zavod than Gonwood Railway is. You know, those two are probably more similar. The thing about Zavod is as well that vertical advantage is actually not a factor here, unless it's on the outside of the map. And the only time that comes into play is if you get plants towards the far north. So the C site for the Chinese site, or the A site, or the A site for the Russian site. Oh, so it's US and Russia in this one, yeah. So that's when it sort of is a factor, but even then, it's not really the defining one here. So players have to grind it out. There are some sort of staircases and stuff like that you work down, but it's really a matter of the quick rotations. Being clever about where you spawn in here is incredibly important. Epsilon were a team that were very clever about this one as well, and they would always spawn Mayak in late on this map, just to wherever he was needed most.
Yeah, and I'm surprised people don't hold back spawns anymore. I don't know if it's actually legal anymore. That's another factor. It's always kind of like
Safe doesn't really seem to care.
No, exactly. Safe's doing what he wants. We are down to 8 players thus far. We just need to make sure that the players are getting themselves in. Just going to check in with the admin to make sure all is good in the hood while we take a time to talk to you. But yeah, there's a lot of kind of nuanced plays that these teams will bring out. Mayak being the last spawner in was always one of them. A couple of others having their own unique ways of playing around factors of how do they punish the random respawns, how do they force respawns, because I think it was, God, was it Dawnbreaker? No, it's Dawnbreaker, the map. My brain goes to mush. There was a way that you could deny one of the spawns, like the random respawn in the southern side of the map back in the old game mode. You could put yourself up in one of the towers.
You just stare at that tower.
Exactly, and you may not be able to do much from it, essentially, but you'd stop people being able to spawn on the back spawns again, the flanking. They'd spawn out on the road and you could spot them. So there's a lot of kind of dominance in the way you could kind of do map control. It's not just about having player position. It's about how they kind of do everything around it. So it's nice to see some of that still much a factor here. And I'm hoping to see maybe some of that more curiosity with the variety of weapons coming out as well. We saw in the last game. Whether or not we see that coming through again is very different. These players have to be very comfortable with it, of course. That's the main thing.
I don't even know if SAR 21s are going to be a thing on this particular map. But, I mean, this is it. This is the last chance for Enro Griffins to keep themselves in it. And I honestly would have pegged their play in Locker to be the closest they've gotten here. Zavod, I believe, again, is their map choice. But we stray away from thinking about map choice so much because I really feel like Enro have been more successful on that more close quarters map. And as we sort of touched on earlier, this is a very much a different story as well. It's definitely need to be about them. There's nowhere to hide on Zavod. That's very important as well. If you're that passive team, there's nowhere to go for you here. You have to sort of come out and face the music and actually be comfortable with coming forward. And that's a trend we've observed in Enro, that they kind of shy away from that.
And it's strange, actually, because this map used to be fairly... Well, it could be played to a passive degree, but with the opening up of the outer areas and kind of making the play area slightly larger, especially with the bomb spawning in towards the southern side to begin with, it does create a new area of gameplay, which, you know, some of these teams aren't quite used to yet. You know, these teams are still getting used to how these maps play out and how different they are. And as I said, you know, these areas bringing it open here will mean these teams can't be passive anymore. They can't just sit in. They have to be able to take the fights elsewhere and actually play this fluid style that's becoming more and more prevalent. However, it does seem as though the teams are ready, and the countdown has begun. It will be the US side being Enro to begin with, and the Russians, EGZ.
Well, let's see here now. Of course, this is the important game. This is
the important map, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. This is what determines whether EGZ are actually going to make it through to our finals. I mean, if they falter here and we do see this go to a 5-map affair and Enro get through, well, that would be devastating for them to have that reverse suplex being done. But I don't really feel like it's a huge possibility at this stage now, as the game does tick down and it's time for Enro to face the music and show us something a little bit special here. It's now or never, really.
There's the phrase itself and the org coming out to play, actually. So, yeah, a little bit of variation. Maybe trying to get that little bit of distance under control there, be able to utilize a little bit less recoil, a little bit of accuracy benefit coming through. And let's see if it pays off. That's going to be Coach actually doing it. And Enro, is that a lineup change, actually?
Yep, they've subbed Coach in
okay.
for... Smooth?
Smooth, yeah. Considering Smooth was a big player in the last game. Bit of a shame, and not really going to be able to see that gun being put to use just yet, as the close quarter combat did come through, and the AUG in the hands this time of Take going to be put to practice. So yeah, Enro really trying to switch things up.
Okay, so EGC have gotten the advantage, at least in the middle of the map, amongst those factories. They've actually, for the most part, forsaken that bomb until later. So this really means that Enro have to push now with the bomb. Well, they can either sit on the hill like sort of a couple, dicky birds, or they can push down into it and sort of go up against a lineup that is going to outnumber them. So it's kind of a lose-lose for them here. As you can see, EGZ have wrested the bomb away from them. Oh my God, there's B-Mode as well. He's getting in from behind, but Star is also getting involved. You can see a Froggy coming across. And only 2 players now for Enro. It's Lodrum and Take now. Having Coach in the lineup, Coach is in actually the coach or one of the subs. We'll probably never know here, but it's never good to have a lineup change a substitution, I guess, it's such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, considering, I guess, even if Smooth had to do something else, he would have been much more warmed up, and Coach will be coming into this one cold. He's on 0-3 thus far, so not exactly the best impression to be making, but that bomb is going to be planted. The MCOM goes down. And that's at the hands of Froggy there. So already EGZ showing some real dominance, getting ready to be set up towards that western front as the players do start pouring in. And actually, EGZ, the revives have been prime. That's a big thing here. Even when Enro do get the kills, they're not in the position to get the Gibbs in, not able to keep them down on the ground. And it's been much harder for them to break through. And it looks like Froggy will be the one to be dealing with the 3-man prong split coming in. He's going to find Brees, and it's just down to Lodrum. Again, once again, Enro, player after player, just struggling to make the impact when required. They'll pick up kills here and there. They're actually, not too far behind. 10 kills, 16 deaths, sure, not ideal. But they are picking up kills, but they're just not the important ones. And Lodrum waiting for the push out. He knows that this one is done and dusted. He'll get at least 1 down, but it will certainly not equate to that plant being stopped.
Enro are just spinning their tires right now. I mean, they're getting no traction whatsoever here. I mean, they got to go into a 5v5 to contest towards a bomb site. They lost that one, and then they just started trickling in 2v5, 3v5. Yep. And at no point did they even get more than 1 kill there. So EGZ essentially unscathed come out of that situation with that MCOM detonated, and that was Froggy got a plant within the first 3 minutes of the game. That is a concerning sign for Enro as we start to go through this match here, because, I mean, Coach 0-4 now still really hasn't been able to be that presence he would have liked to be.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. He goes down yet again here. So Struggle Town is definitely where Enro have set up. The
struggle bus is pulling in towards Zavod. It's certainly picking up Coach 0-5. Like, I want this guy to at least get a kill. I feel kind of bad for him, because you come in, you pick up the pieces of what your team was trying to achieve, and you try and carry on from where they left off and maybe do a little better, I guess. But he's just not having much fun or much luck in that sort of department thus far. But still, 6 minutes on the board, as you can see. Take could be taking that bomb down the lower paths. As you see him waiting it out. Smoke does go down, taking it the long route. And Enro just trying to play the timer, I guess, trying to find any way to make a difference, because Safe is lurking above. He knows there's something lurking in the depths down there, and already, kill after kill. It's just coming in for EGZ.
There's no point for Enro to try and take a head-on fight here against EGZ, because they're literally, especially the way their mindset is working right now, they're literally delivering the bomb into the hands of EGZ. They want to try and carve out some sort of little advantage before they go forward with it, and then they can snowball that into a bigger one, and hopefully maybe a squad wipe or near to, and a bomb plant. But right now, going in sort of, I don't know, going in fresh 5v5 is a situation they are losing consistently, so they need to make sure that they have an advantage before they go into that one. So cheeky little picks, maybe some flanking to be done here for Enro, and you can see the bomb just moving back and forth. Yeah, and I mean, I don't blame them. This has been very, very strong here. You can see B-Mode's 9-2, Safe is 5-1, almost makes it 6 there, but Coach, welcome to the game.
Gets a kill. There we go. Safe goes down, but still has to open up a chance here. Take's going to be doing a run for it. He's going to go heading towards A, but is there anyone waiting in the depths? It looks as though he's got a chance here in this. No one really hot on his heels. He should be able to get a plot. No.
Rip.
Rip.
Well, that's tough now. I mean, like,
it's just like there was a one opportunity. They waited, what, two minutes to make that happen?
Yeah.
2 minutes of waiting that one out. Going, okay, let's make sure this goes right. Let's make sure we get everything in the right place. And it gets shot down by one player being able to see you basically next to the tank.
I feel like it's like offering candy to a baby and then throwing it in the bin.
Or just that was kind of the baby.
Or at the baby, or donking it on the head or something. But
like,
nope. Not yours.
Not today.
Yeah, that's tough for Enro. I mean, getting so close. The frustration surely would have to be building up here. But EGZ, we're getting a little bit low. B-Mode already actually off the map here. Star able to hold on.
Take on the flank as
he's
well.
He's a turret, man. Seriously.
Wait, did he just get team killed as well?
Coach killed his teammate.
No, Take was in the perfect spot to flank, and now it's opened up a chance for EGZ. Oh my god, Coach, please don't do this. If there was one way to make a bad impression, coming in as a replacement at any point, you're not doing well thus
Maybe he's
far.
like the life coach of the team. You know how like some teams have like fitness coaches and stuff?
Yeah.
So maybe he's, you know, well, I mean, he's a bad life coach if he's nading his teammates, but maybe he's not like a specific coach. Maybe he's like, I don't even know.
You're trying to find some silver lining, and so far, there is none.
Yeah.
Oh lord, this is not pretty for Enro. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Melisium's going freaking ham.
Yeah, Melisium's just having a great time. Like, let's be honest here. Safe's on 10-2. He's chilling out. You know.
Well, you know when Safe's fragging that, something's going very right for his team.
Wow, that's mean.
Yeah, come at me,
Poor little
Safe.
Safe. Poor little. Look at this guy.
He knows it.
He doesn't know what you're being mean about. He's like, stop it,
I'm
Mitch.
just playing Battlefield.
I'm having a good time. But anyway, 3-2 engage coming in. But then again, Coach has probably been playing more for EGZ than he has Enro thus far. But he does at least get down Froggy. Laying down the suppressing fire for his teammates coming in. They will set up for the opportunity. But then again, we've not really seen EGZ challenging that much in towards the out open. They like to kind of set up where Star is currently to kind of catch that cross through. But questionable aim coming out from Star, littering that pillar with bullets, but not much more. As the bomb now on the move. Might have a little bit of chance here, but it's in the hands of Coach, and it's not gone too well.
Well, at least what he was lacking in finesse, he made up in brutality there. He got the job done, and that's all that matters. He takes the last man standing. Going to have the revives come in. That's how quickly it happens. If you have someone there that's able to revive teammates and you have that sort of follow-on effect, all of a sudden it's a 4v2 when it was previously a 2v2 or a 1v1. And that's going to transition into more and more opportunities now as Take goes down to 4v3 situation. Star making his way towards C. That's where the rest of EGZ are going as well. Now, they can't plant though because Lodrum was watching from just underneath the causeway. But he will go down now. EGZ just playing the long game here really. Just grinding it out with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the half. They would definitely love another MCOM here. They should be feeling confident enough to get it. But you can see they're starting to get picked off a little bit here. But Taker's got 3 kills in the last minute or so, so he's definitely been making his presence known a little bit more recently.
Yeah, bomb now loose. Enro having 5 players standing. They should be able to recover this to some degree. Unless Star does something quite mythical, but no. Not going to be the case. They're going to be setting up, waiting for the reply from Enro. As it's going to be Spreaker making the run for it. 2 minutes on that board for the difference to come in. Can Enro save this? Can they stop the bleed? And you can see the kind of meat grinder happening towards the outside, but it's Spreaker making the run for it. He's heading in towards C. I don't think there's anyone waiting for him here. Oh, tell a lie. Okay, yes, there is. And look at this. The pincer move coming out from B mode as well. Going to get the spray down, but not the kill. Star waits ever so patiently, seeing if that bomb will appear, and it may just do any second now. Melisium as well. He's actually let the bomb sit behind him. How has this happened?
I don't know how that's happened. No idea.
Hello? Hello?
Melisium? Hi. Okay. Well, he didn't get the plant as well, so that's crucial. Spreaker actually got to go down in the final seconds before actually getting that well, that plant, should I say. Yeah. And Melisium at least can recover, though. You see the revive coming on towards him from his teammates, so at least there's a presence there. Oh, this could get a bit close here. Coach, excuse me. Coach, the last man in his squad there, he actually holds on. He actually takes down Safe, and we'll try and get some revives here. But I'll tell you what, this is EGZ running away with the bomb. You see Melisium heading south, and the rest of EGZ well and truly recovering from that one. They'll probably look towards A yet again.
Yeah, they've got C still to go to as well. This is a problem. This is a really big problem here. Melisium has free reign. Where do these kills come in? He wants to commit off the back of the kills that they get. At the moment, Safe finding that double kill towards Spreaker, and Breeze is going to maybe open up the options towards C, but no, he wants that B side, but he's not going to get it right now. They need more than this, and the fire comes in from the other front as well. This is not over just yet. The players holding on for dear life for Lodrum and Take, and they're fighting for their place in this event. They're fighting for their chance as it will be dashed upon the rocks if EGZ get this one done. The plan is going to be coming down. The smoke is there, and EGZ are mopping up the kills. This is looking disastrous.
Yeah, now we see Enro just being completely forced back. They're coming from predictable angles because they're all spawning in from that western side of the map, and EGZ are just ready to meet them. They get the bomb down as well, so it's a huge task here for Enro to try and make their way through this one. Credit to Lodrum, who's had a good game, but B-Mode is going to be there to receive Breeze, and this is what I mean. They know where they really need to be looking right now. They can just sit back. They've already got the set up, and Enro are forced to push into this. They're forced to push into a set play from EGZ, and that's never going to be going towards your advantage. You can see Star takes down Coach as well. He's the king of the higher ground right now. He's going to head back towards those containers, and I really don't know what Enro can do here. They can make one last push. That's it. Time is ticking down now as well. They've done it. They'll actually might be able to get the defuse here, but Star's going to try and hold on just towards the bomb side. He manages to go to the 1v1. He doesn't get it, and that actually goes up, so there wasn't any time. Someone, I think it was Breeze maybe, was interrupted on that. We see the final MCOM being detonated just before the half, and that is a massive blow towards Enro. A recoverable situation now becomes a do-or-die situation.
And Lodrum and Take were doing everything they could to keep that to hand. Everything. They were throwing themselves at these sides. Barista was playing well as well, but you look on the other side, and I like to say kills don't matter that much, but when it's this kind of, this disparity to it, it certainly does. Safe on 16-5, 18-9 for B-Mode. B-Mode's been playing really well, and Star has had his moments. Melisium going on occasional tears. It's been a pretty rough game for Enro, if I'm honest, and especially at the end point. Then they had the chance to actually turn it. They had the opportunity. They not necessarily squad wiped everyone, but they took down enough that would allow the defuse to come in. But time was up. They had no chance anymore. One kill came through, and that was all she wrote. 2 MCOMs going down is just. Oh, I feel for them because Enro have been getting close. That's the thing, that you can see they play with a lot of heart and a lot of passion, but it's not really translating into their gameplay.
And I've got to be honest with you here, we've seen a marked improvement from EGZ's play compared to last night as well. They are starting to gel a little bit more now, and they are 1 MCOM detonation away from securing that second qualifying spot in our finals. And I would very much like to see them there because, as I said, a huge improvement over last night. They're starting to really look a lot more cohesive, a lot more well-gelled. Against Penta, they really pressed him as well. Whereas, if I'd been watching him last night, I wouldn't have really expected them to pull that much of a fight at all against that team. But, the next few weeks for them could be great because they have a break. We still need to see groups B and C finalise. So they have that time to practice now after sort of already securing their spot. I only expect good things from them going forward.
Well, you'd hope so. That's the thing. There's very much a lot of potential on all of these teams. You can see the glimmers of it, whether it's an individual having their moment, whether it's teams finding their footing. And where is that, Mitch?
I found some little houses out towards the side of Zavod.
Where? Show me. I want to find it.
It's out here, near the Russian spawn.
Near the Russian spawn. Oh, goddamn. Why is it so far away?
I want to share this with you guys. I think we might run out of time.
No.
No.
Is it in here?
Yeah. Oh, the other one.
Hello? Hello?
Oh. There. Wait.
That's what Mitch looks like in the office.
Well
anyway, we are live into the game, so we're going to focus up here because on the US side, it's going to be EGZ with their chance to close this series out, and Enro fighting for survival. But let's get started in this as both teams are getting prepared to assault and go once again into the breach and fight each other to the absolute death at this point, as we are going to see first and foremost Melisium tentatively picking up the bomb, and in the background, in the real throes of the map, Take waiting to pounce.
Good opening from Enro here. 3 kills on the trot for them, for none. But Melisium does have the bomb, so they can't really convert that into anything right now. But there's Take. He gets the AUG shot there.
Good flank.
Over on towards Melisium, and they can actually start to make their way in now.
Yeah.
This might be, if they can work this one quickly, this could really be something quite nice here. I don't know if they'll go straight towards B firstly, but there's yet another kill. Oh my lord, EGZ are yet to actually get a kill in this half so far. And the bomb is well and truly on its way towards the site. EGZ have a fairly long walk to get there. And you can see Lodrum just sort of escorting Take. They have to play the retake. They just have to commit themselves to try and sort of come back into this one. What the heck?
Lodrum's just like, all right, I'm going to get my aimbot out and just go to town. But no, they've just squad wiped after squad wiped, and they keep doing it. Lodrum is not done just yet either. He is still bringing the fire. Spreaker goes down. Melisium finally wakes up, but by this point, the bomb is down and is planted. The retake, however, is coming in, and it's coming in good. You can see these guys doing the damage. Star's going to be there. Safe's gone down. Melisium picks him back up, and these guys are fighting to the sheer death of things. Little by little, EGZ are starting to make their damage done, and Melisium with the double with the pistol, the G18 rattling true and make it a third for him. Huge play coming out from the individual man there, but the bomb is yet to be defused, and 2 players from Enro are holding strong.
And they might be able to hold it even stronger than that. Lodrum takes down Froggy. There's no one really on the side here for EGZ. Someone has to at least start planting, but there's always the risk there. Star's going to go in, and oh my lord, Enro, after an incredible opening, have just wrecked EGZ. I'm sorry, but that was very, very unimpressive play from EGZ to allow that to happen. And Enro, signs of life are being shown. But the problem is, losing 2 MCOMs in the first half, it actually doesn't matter if you get 1, because you still need to get 2 minimum. 2 minimum here. So 1 more MCOM for EGZ is going to secure the win for them. So it doesn't matter if Enro gets 0 or 1 MCOM in this half. It's just 1 more needed for EGZ.
There we go. Coach. Coach.
Coach!
Yes, Coach. I'm proud of you. He's getting done. But Lodrum going to make the run for it. The cross was being held. A little bit of a further push up here from B-Mode coming out, and Froggy. But in the background, Spreaker picking up kills as well. This is going much better for the Enro side. Surprisingly so, considering not much has changed in a half, but they've certainly found a little bit of difference.
Bizarre, isn't it? Really is weird. Yes. I mean, it doesn't really... it doesn't really simplify their problem. As I said, they still need those two MCOM detonations either way. So it's a start. They're definitely halfway there, but halfway is not halfway is a relative term when you've got, of course, EGZ breathing down your neck. Only need one more MCOM themselves here. And so far, in the last couple of minutes, the kills have been by and large going in the direction of EGZ. They've been able to win those 1v1s. The gunplay has been good. Brees there at least finding his way on towards the kill feed to take down Froggy. The 4v4, the bomb is being held in the hands of B-Mode now. You can see him on your screen making his way through the tunnels. EGZ might just want to make it quick and dirty here. Go for a plant. Get it done, I guess. But it's not going to be easy when guys like Spricker are slowing your progress.
Yeah, there's players surrounding this C site, and you can see B-Mode there was trying to find out where was the best option to go towards, and actually there isn't an easy option at the moment. Spricker is making it very difficult, as you noted, but B-Mode can still jump off from here. He's in a relatively safe place. He can get the respawns into some cover. It's just not the ideal spot to work out of, but the damage comes in. B-Mode takes down Coach, but Coach getting all the information there. 4 players going to be found at least. And here we go. The push once again comes out, and Froggy doing the cleanup. Blowdrum goes down. It's just down to Take, but Take is making a stand of it. He takes down one. He's looking for more. He tries to make a run, but he can't mantle over the side. And this is a clean sight if I've ever seen one. And it looks like with all the will and want in the world, it's down to this one retake coming out from Enro.
Honestly, that's the best that Take could have hoped for in that situation. He killed the bomb carrier and almost got away. He was the last man in this squad anyway, so any time that he buys his team is a bonus from there. Really, no one man is an army. Star's going to be up on top of that one here as well. We'll have to see if Enro sort of read into that particular positioning or strategy, but this is such a big job for them. So hard for them to go for the retake here. Star will probably keep quiet for now. So, no, he's going to reveal himself here. So I'd be surprised if he stays there. He probably should move, but it doesn't matter. Enro just getting gunned down now. It's just Brees and Spricker. Coach is there as well, trying to propel his team forward. Having a far better half of it, I might just add. There we go, Brees. Looking for his teammates. He gets a quick double there. That's not too bad. Could be the start of something big.
Last
but that bomb
couple of seconds.
Getting close, and guess who's still sitting on it? It's Star, and they have to get through him first. He's going to gatekeep them out of the finals, and that is that third MCOM detonation. EGZ have done it. They have booked themselves a ticket to our Cologne finals, and Enro, unfortunately, falling short here. We sure as hell hope we see them next season.
Yeah, there's a lot to be improved, I think, from that side. Personally, I'd love to see so much more from them. You saw the potential in the start of that second half. You thought, okay, where's this team been the entire game? Because that was Enro looking a little shoddy, looking a little shaky, but then occasional glimmers of, oh, they can actually play here. Oh, they've got some real players coming through. But overall, EGZ were just the better side. I think it's as simple as that. There's not much more to say. They, individually played a lot better. As a collective, played better. The map pool clearly favored them. But as you said, if Enro come back in next season, show a little bit more, keep that practice up, play against these good teams all the way through, there could be potential there.
Who knows? But let's have a look at the bracket today so you guys at least know exactly how we've tracked through here. So our games, of course, were the winners bracket final, and the lower bracket final, you can see Penta made their way through. We have seen complete sort of whitewashes for all of these games here, 2-0, 0-2, 0-2, but they don't tell the whole story. We definitely saw a great fight between Penta and Evolutiongamerz, and even Enro putting up a bit of a fight on their own. But you can see now our two qualified teams are Penta Sports and Evolutiongamerz. And now what we might do as well, quickly have a look at our groups so we know exactly what we're going to be looking at towards next week. It's Leisure, Natas Fungus, Infamous, and Atlas will be in that Group B. Now, at face value, that looks like an interesting group. But Atlas is definitely a team that we expect to perform well. Hysteria's gone back over to there as well. A few of the old Epsilon guys are present. There's
a dangerous team.
Yep, there's a good mix. Obviously, Leisure there as well, who've been quite consistently strong over this season. And Natas Fungus as well, getting some upsets in that last cup. They are well and truly in the mix here, as well as Infamous, who are sort of always a contender, sort of. In the mid tier. So honestly, that's probably my favorite group here. In my opinion, the most evenly balanced group, the closest together group. I think good things are going to be coming of that one.
Yeah, Group B is the group of death. If it's still the lineup that I recall with Zuzu in there and Fraud, if it's those kind of guys, then even with Infamous not being who they used to be of the same caliber, being one of the top tier teams. That's still a very dangerous team to come up against in these pressure moments. These guys have been to events, they've been to offline finals, they've played prior seasons for big prize money. They're going to be used to this sort of pressure, whereas other teams may not quite have that stability there yet. So yeah, Group B is certainly the one to watch. That's
right. So ladies and gentlemen, Group B will be kicking off next week. We'll be starting things off on Tuesday night. And that will be when all the action starts to come to you as well. And I think it'll be Tuesday and Thursday next week. And we take the 11th of the 11th off here in Cologne, and you can look that one up yourselves as to why. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us tonight, of course. Lauren, thank you for joining me, guys. Tune in next week. We're going to see what happens to Group B as we take it one more step towards our finals here for the winter season in Cologne. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, good night, and we'll see you on the battlefield.